What is this meta?
Ignore this guy.
Also, like, anxious today. You know what I mean? Titan, thank you for the tier 3.
When did this?
Thank you.
She's jacked, by the way. Respect. I swear to God, didn't they like crack down on like the sex workers on Twitch? Did they just like let it all be legal again? I don't get why those chatters don't just watch. They're so, because interacting in chat with a naked Twitch streamer is free, and on Chatterbait, the girls don't typically interact that much. Also, I think a lot of guys like the idea of like a girl play thing, but not in the context of her being a porn star. And on Twitch, when she's basically naked anyway, they can get like, they can delude themselves into thinking that it's like more of just like them talking to a cute girl and not explicitly a sex work interaction, if that makes sense. You know, doesn't being on Chatterbait always just feel a bit dirtier than being on Twitch, even if the girl on Twitch is naked? Have you seen the blow up pool streams? Literally like honey ass women just there in thongs. Yeah, I don't think it's right, genuinely. I really wish that Twitch would like cut down on this. So is Twitch's policy that boobs are fine but nipples are horny? Yeah, well, to be fair, that's like legal nudity in general, basically. You can show as much tit as you want. It's just like the nipples, which is arbitrary, but that's the rule we set on. It's the taboo, really? Yeah, it's also partly the taboo. I don't see the problem, TBH. Well, because it's like the main mode of interaction for chicks like this is like underage boys who go like, whoa, as they see it on Twitch. And then they're like interacting with a bunch of kids in chat. At least on like Chatterbait or a porn site or whatever, there's like an artifice. There's an assumption that everyone there is an adult, but on Twitch you can't even really get that. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Roman. If young horny boys want to interact with naked sex workers or whatever, then they have to do what I did. They have to do what God intended, which is lie about their age in a porn site disclaimer and go through that. But like having it on Twitch seems weird. I don't know. It just seems like the long-term consequence of this is that basically all social media becomes like sex work sites, you know, with just the incredibly, you know, sort of like superficial and arbitrary cutoff that you can't explicitly show like nips or genitalia or your asshole or whatever. But that's all very cyberpunk, right? Like, isn't that in every fucking cyberpunk trope? It's like, yeah, actually, in the future, all media will just be sex, basically. There's more than just her doing it. Yeah, I know, it's like a broader thing. Like, goddamn. I assume they're wearing pasties, so, you know, they don't get, like, banned or whatever, but it's the implication. Everything is already a link to an OnlyFans page. I feel like a lot of this just ties into people being lonelier, personally. I can't imagine being the kind of person who would sit in the chat of a chick who's dressed like this and just, like, watch her say thank you for the sub. This has to be like a loneliness thing. The girl on the right gets 13k views. That's fucking insane, dude. I'm lonely, but I just watch regular porn like a normal depressed person. I think one of the easy indicators of having a porn addiction or like a negative relationship with porn is if you start consuming porn casually when you're not horny. That to me is like a huge red flag. Like if somebody told me, hey, I'm a horny person and I like look at porn and jerk off 3 times a day. That's pretty horny, but okay, whatever, you know. However, if they were like, yeah, my desktop background is like porn, and I often have porn on even when I'm not horny, that's psycho shit. Genuine psycho shit. You know what I mean? That to me, that's like totally different. So I'm thinking like, are the 13k people who are watching this chick on the right, are they just jerking off the whole time? Probably not. They probably just like having her there on their computer while they do other stuff too, or just like watching her. And that to me is a lot weirder than just going to a porn site and jerking off. Just casually calling out the furries. I think you can make more of an exception when it comes to drawn pornography because there is a lot of drawn nudity that has artistic value outside of just being something to masturbate to. There are plenty of artists who draw like tasteful nudes that are really like nice to look at just as virtue of being art. But if you're just looking at like actual naked people, it's like the difference between a nude pinup model, I think, and like a porn image, you know? Like if I saw somebody's desktop background and it was like, I don't know, a tasteful black and white like pinup image of a chick who's naked, I guess I wouldn't think that's that weird. But if it was like porn, like a screenshot from porn or something, or like just porn, you know, I think that would be pretty strange. It'd be pretty freaky. Unlike music, porn should be critically engaged with whitewash. No, actually, kind of the opposite. For the most part, I think the normal way to interact with porn is to not critically engage with it. You're supposed to jerk off to it. I'd get increasingly suspicious of people who are critically engaging with like browsers videos or something. Again, if it's drawn, I think that's different because in that case, like you know, you need artistry to produce that. There's not really any artistry that goes into the production of live action porn, at least not most of it. certainly there's not really any artistry here. They're just live streaming with their tits out. Like that's not like artistic content. They're not like making a statement, unless the statement is I have huge knockers, which that's true. But Vaush, shouldn't there be more artistry in it? Are you guys really going to try to bait me on that? Seriously? Like, are you actually trying to bait me? It's fine if porn isn't super artistic. I think, I guess I wish more effort was put into a lot of it. Yeah. It seems pretty dumb that a lot of IRL porn is like very bottom of the barrel, low effort. But you can find better stuff if you want to, I guess. But I mostly look at drawn porn anyway, because that's just literally what I've always done. So, you know, there's plenty of artistry there. I'm scared of you, Vaush. What have I said? Okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, okay, don't you agree that it would be like psycho shit for a guy to have like a naked decal of a lady on like the dashboard of their car, so even when they're driving around there's like a naked chick there or something? That to me is a lot more weird than any kind of like, yeah, I masturbate to porn thing. Like, why are you looking at that when you're not horny? Not to say that you can't look at naked people when you're not horny, but that's not a naked person. That's an image of a naked person that you've put there, so you're always like looking kind of at a naked woman, and it's like, why? I don't know. It's like, you're not even horny. What are you doing? That to me, I don't know if it's like a loneliness thing or a porn addiction thing or whatever, but anything in that vein is just strange to me. Makes me worry about like the naked Twitch ladies or whatever. I think if I go on twitch.tv right now, it probably wouldn't be that difficult for me to find shit like this. Fupa Friday Mountain Dew Raid. That is a lot of cleavage. What would they be in? Just chatting? Would that be the section they're in? Browse, just chatting. Cleavage, but she's doing art. You'd have to go down a bit. This lady's in her lingerie. This is a VTube model with some giant knockers. I don't even know if I want to look on the stream because I don't know. Like, you go and find a random thumbnail of some chick with her tits all the way out. A lot of VTubers. I don't see anything crazy egregious right now, though. Maybe. I don't know. Category pools, hot tubs, and beaches. They added a category? Okay. Well, I don't see anything TOS here, so... Oh, man. Kind of close, though. Jesus Christ. I like this one, though. Les Fiches. I am friend, not food. This one's good. Big fan of this channel. Right here. Hey, man, some of this shit literally looks like they're 3 frames from a fucking guy walking in. Otter in the top row. Yeah, Otter highlights. Very good. Vaush, I think provocative art is fine. Yes, art is one thing. I didn't say, like... Wait. Vaush, I think provocative art is fine. To appreciate a pinup or a drawn hot person is just nice sometimes. I literally said that. Why do you... Please. I literally said... I think it's different if it's like a drawing or a nice pinup. I spent like 2 minutes specifically saying the caveat you're trying to carve out. You're not carving it out. You're digging a spoon into an empty hole because I carved it out. You're just standing in the caveat that I dug, doing like an air shovel gesture. God almighty. This is becoming a theme now. It really is. You're getting one guide. It is not one guy. You're flattering yourself, chat. If you think it's one guy, if you really think this is a one guy, it's at least 2 guys. What do you think of soldiers having naked pictures of women on sides of planes during World War II? I think it's based. We need to return to tradition. What was I going on about? Yeah, anyway, I'm certainly not like anti-sex or whatever, but the sheer number of like horny kids in this site really makes a lot of these interactions and incentive models suspect, you know? And also, I really do think that this like is kind of a loneliness thing in a lot of cases. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, if you take a look at like what kind of porn people tend to consume, I think the fact that such a disproportionate amount of gay pornography is consumed relative to the number of people in the real world who say they're gay kind of gives the impression that either gay people are lonelier, which could be true or not depending on the area, probably leans towards true, or that people consider like gay sex to be like a internet thing, you know, like they're largely straight but they look at it online. And then a ton of porn online is mostly consumed by men, which I think speaks to at least a few things. It's got to be the closet cases, right? In a lot of cases, yeah, to be sure. Vaush, I personally don't associate looking at her being nude with being horny. I agree. However, the like doing Twitch streams with your tits out thing is like a horny thing. Like, let's not pretend otherwise. There's not really any like meaning or purpose to that outside of using your body to bait in viewers, which I don't think is innately bad or anything. Like, Hassan gets a lot of viewers because he's hot, I guess. It's just like there's a broader dynamic there that I think is an issue. No, Reed, I agree with you. Well, don't type so fucking much then. You think I got time for that shit? Oh my god. Type less. No, I agree with you, my guy. Keep reading. No, type less. This is, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you better be sorry. Yeah. Imagine typing more than 1 line on my screen. I'm zoomed in. Gay porn is disproportionately consumed by those 12 religious closeted evangelicals in Idaho. True! Very true. All right, let's get these titties off my screen.